Roguelike Dolls, Episode 6. Hello and welcome to Roguelike Dolls, Episode 6. We are playing The Binding of Isaac Repentance, and we're gonna find some sort of activity or thing to do in the game. I don't really know yet. Let's do the highbrow challenge, number 2, which I know for a fact, if we can beat it, it gives us a Yara rune. Curse of the Tower is wonderful. We're into it. A couple of bombs. We already have bombs, but it's still a fantastic start. You know, before floor like 3, would I rather have a bomb or a key? Usually a bomb. You could get anything with the bomb, even perhaps a key. Eat shit. The gimmick behind this challenge is that we're a giant piece of shit, and we have a item called perhaps the plunger or something of that nature. Compass is wonderful. A sack is also pretty nice. We enjoy sacks. In the previous episode, it occurred to me that perhaps did a little bit too much commentary on the game and kind of bored myself with what I was saying. It was the first episode I was filming that day, and you're gonna have to bear with me for a second on this channel. I don't have much practice sitting alone in a room and talking to myself for several hours at a time. We're just gonna get better and better at it as the channel grows. But today, let's talk about a different subject. I say today like it's not launch day. It could be launch day. It could be anything. We're going to talk about a different subject, and I think that subject is going to be posting. We're going to talk about posts. Probably talk about, like, my thoughts on social media. What do I think about social media? I have a Twitter account that I started in 2017 with the goal of, like yelling at brands for stuff. Oh shit. Never used it. Like, I used it once to talk with my friend Ted, and then I immediately never used it for anything again in the history of Twitter. Never came back to the website, and here I am now. So anyways, in December 2018, I came back to the website twitter.com, kind of having freshly come out as a transsexual to my family and friends. I followed the Reddit to Twitter pipeline, so to speak. I think if you're using your head and you're on Reddit, eventually you kind of realize that all of the good posts on the, transsexuality Reddits originate from Twitter. So it's like, cut out the middleman a little bit. Go straight to the source. We're gonna just get rid of these guys. Store is more valuable than a red chest, but not much more valuable. Hopefully we get enough keys that we can kind of just go to town on any red chest that we want. We have very low range, so I don't mind that we got range on the previous floor. Anywho, I came out as some kind of trans person in late 2018, and started going on Twitter and posting and trying to make people laugh at musings and puns and jokes. If you're familiar with my work on Twitter, you'll know that my brand is sexually explicit for laughs and sort of self-degrading, even engaging in the horny on main to perhaps a distasteful extent. My rule of thumb is that I try not to be gross under other people's posts, and I try not to be really gross in DMs. Pretty much ever. Like, if somebody is like engaging with me, I don't really like it too much. For the most part, I would very much describe my Twitter account not as a not exactly like a character, but it's definitely like a played up version of a authentic self. It's not. I'm just gonna use that. I don't need to deal with that champion. We'll pretty much trivialize the pin fight if we avoid that. Got him. I would love to take that, but we don't really need it. Just focusing on not getting hit by the hand. Spirit of the Night, I think, right? Gives us Spectral Tears and Flying, which is extremely good. It puts us in a little bit of a scary situation health-wise, but, you know, not that bad. Flying, considering my lack of ability to meaningfully avoid floor hazards, I think flying is usually pretty valuable. My first really big Twitter post was I made a joke about there is a Burger King headline about soy in like their vegetarian patties containing estrogen, and I made an X-Files joke that was like, throws folder down on desk. Did you hear about the BK Ultra project Scully force feminization ? And it got retweeted by like H-Bomber guy to like much, what's the word for it, praise by people. It like did reasonable numbers, and immediately turned me into like a giant internet brained loser, just irredeemably online. Oh my god, he can fly. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Anyways, all's well. Oh, this is quite the item. We're gonna take it. Binge Eater, who can relate, is an item that dramatically affects every item pedestal in the game. It will cause it to rapidly cycle. It will cause it to rapidly cycle between like health and the item that the item pedestal was. So I guess if you like, there's no real downside to it, and it does give you a health when you pick it up. So in my opinion, it's always good to take unless you don't want higher max health for some reason, like you're playing Eve or the Lost. It's pretty much only bad. But for us right now, health is great. We get a bonus charge every 15 kills. So it's fairly beneficial for us to use our active item anytime it's up. Anywho, so after that, I was posting a lot. I hung out on Twitter a lot in 2019 because, believe it or not, when you come out as trans, it can be very isolating, and I just, like, my friends didn't abandon me or anything, but, you know, I just, like, it was definitely a weird time in my life. My friends were actually very cool and good about pretty much anything when I came out. What do we got here? I got so distracted I couldn't finish my anecdote. Hive mind is nice, but I don't want it. I want health. Wonderful. Oh, and it gives you some stats for a little bit, so I guess we better keep moving. We'll do that again. Yeah, so I pretty much filled the void that my, you know, like my recent breakup and lack of meaningful support structure in my life with posting. And I would say that I probably went through all the kind of typical annoying phases that people go through on Twitter, like being, I think we need both of these items, and we're gonna take them in this order. Risky move, but we do get quite a bit of damage out of that. Gotta go big. I didn't really gain any sort of following on Twitter until I started writing little kitschy posts that were like, is kitschy a word that I even know the definition? Define kitschy, bitch. What the fuck does that mean? I think I want to mean like cute little posts, endearing, that were all prefaced with the title fetish porn ideas, and they're just sort of mundane descriptions of kind of everyday life and very vanilla kind of romances described in great detail and with a little bit of poetry, and I guess they resonated for some people and they liked them, and so I got like 4,000 followers in one day after a few of them did numbers. And I've just been kind of shit posting since then, and I'm not like a comedian. You can tell that I'm obviously very funny by the rip-roaring laughs in every episode of this show. And just delivering the funny moment after moment. But I fancy myself something of like a writer of comedy via posting. I think some people have like a very strong natural like talent for being funny. I don't really consider myself to be one of those people. I guess this is just health, so we'll take it. Snack, me. What else could be on this floor that we'd even want? We want to go to the shop. You know, poison tears are pretty good, but I think it could be a tactical error to take them because I think we were getting quite a bit of health from having the petrified poop. Pheromones, okay. Yeah, so I don't think I'm a very naturally funny person. I think I can make okay conversation sometimes with people. I like to think of jokes, but I'm definitely not like oh, what's this? D6? I think this will reroll store items. So if the store is really close to the room that we're currently in, we can backtrack a little bit. If you'll bear with me. I'm actually in charge here, so y'all don't really get a vote about where we go. I gotta make decisions for myself is the fact of the matter. Oh, jeez. You know what? I actually think we can apply the virus, which I forgot we had, because I don't like touching enemies, via touching enemies that don't deal damage to us. Wonderful. Already getting a ton of value. Speed up. We like to see it. Breakfast, that's what I wanted. I actually didn't want, this isn't gonna be the secret room. I didn't want that other item. It wouldn't have been very good for us. We'll use a bomb. We'll use another bomb. All right. I have no idea where the secret room is, but we have a couple more bombs. I guess it wasn't gonna be here because there's a wall there. So let's look at another location. This could be it. Not terribly important to get the secret room, but we do have a lot of bombs.
Speed up.
Some players, I'd say every player who plays Binding of Isaac regularly has a preference for what amount of movement speed they would like to have at any given time. And for a lot of players, the number is around 1.5. I think that I like my movement speed to be around 2. If there was an item that would raise it to like 3, I would go for it. Pushing case, I don't know what that does, so we're gonna stick with the petrified poop. I'm playing a little bit conservative, if you'll forgive me my cowardice. My philosophy on most challenges in this game, was that Caves 1? I think I called it Depths 1 previously. My apologies. My commentary all blends together for me.
The moon.
Lost my train of thought here. We're playing Binding of Isaac. We got a shot speed upgrade, which could be nice. I guess we're not really having range problems anymore. We also don't need the health. We'll go for it. It gives us a card too, which we like. A Fool card can be valuable. Brings us back to the first room on the floor. Yeah, a lot of players will have a preference for their preferred movement speed. I think fast as possible is generally best. I think, yeah, you do get a little bit of weird momentum. But who cares? That room doesn't do very much for us right now. We have a lot of money and consumables, so unless we're like hurting for something, we're not gonna go back and do that. anyways, posting. So yeah, I would say I've gotten a lot of practice doing just like routine and grindy joke writing on Twitter, just because I enjoy the activity of writing jokes and making people laugh. That's mostly why I'm on Twitter. It's not really to like have a community or anything. I do enjoy all the like wonderful friends I've met on Twitter. I've met a lot of very cool, real people who I enjoy, and I enjoy their company, and it's been just a blessing to have them in my life, especially in the last year, with the whole it being terrible for every human on Earth. But yeah, I would describe myself as primarily being there to make jokes about like cum. That's my main thing. Do we want a health? Yeah, we'll take a health. I think a health is better than 5 bombs. We'll take 1 bomb though, for sure. Let me grant some. I have almost 9,000 followers on Twitter, so I'm kind of like a giant deal. I'm basically a micro celebrity at this point. I've been recognized by transsexual locals on Tinder as being, oh my god, you're that freak who posts about cum on Twitter, and I'm like, yeah, and then they do not continue talking to me. It's like conversation over right then, and like, I honestly do not blame them. That seems fine. More power to you. Anyways, here's some Twitter advice. I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but one thing that you can do that's gonna like save yourself some trouble is you don't have to comment, and I don't mean like reply, I just mean like generally you don't have to post about every single thing. A lot of things are just going to be stuff that you don't really know about, and there's this like a phenomenon on social media where I think every single person on every single topic that ever comes up feels like they need to have some public statement and stance, and possibly even like a really strong stance on stuff. And the truth is, you don't need to do that at all. Like stuff related to your own business and your own affairs, yeah, you should insofar as it, you know, it does things or holds yourself accountable. If you're some kind of monster, yeah, you should talk about those things. But you know, if you know, celebrity gossip, weird Twitter drama, that kind of stuff, people definitely feel inclined like they need to put something out there. Political events, and sometimes it's fine to just not do that. There's like a totally underrated concept that I think a lot of people don't get, that's like
Shot speed down.
staying in your lane. Yeah, alright, hell yeah. Leviathan, great transformation, gives us a damage up. Something wrong, kind of sucks. The Fool could be good. That can get us out of a curse room or something for free, or if we get to a dead end that has like an annoying enemy in it, we can just leave. So we'll definitely be using that. Yeah, got a lot of good poops out of this room. Too spooky for me gives you a fear effect when enemies kind of get close to you. It's a new item in Repentance, and I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I think like generally, like you don't want to seem stupid online because people are looking at you and they or at least you think they're paying attention to you, and it's like, oh my god, you need to take some sort of stance, or you shouldn't be quiet about things. And I definitely think you should, to the extent that anyone has a platform, you should probably be using it for good, and you should be advocating for causes that are important to you, like opposing police justice and things like that. But you just don't need to fight with people over like Johnny Depp's divorce or something, or especially things that you just don't necessarily know about or don't really have a well-formed opinion on. Nobody's paying attention to you, probably. And you can kind of just relax. I think generally you'll enjoy yourself a lot more in life once you accept that you're not really an expert in everything to the point where your voice adds anything to a conversation. Like, there's just tons of stuff that's like really important, but I just won't have anything to kind of contribute in a, like, I can amplify people who know their shit and have good opinions, I guess, insofar as I can judge what a good opinion is, but it's just, I'm not going to be an expert on some things, and that's totally a fine place to be, and it takes a lot of wisdom to recognize it. What do we got? I think this is like a non-champion mom. We got quite the run going. It's gonna take a little bit more than a generic run or a generic mom to kill us. Yeah, you'll just have a lot more peace if you just recognize that you don't necessarily need to be an extra voice in every single conversation ever. How many minutes was this? 25? I guess the conclusion of my kind of sermon here is it's okay to shut the fuck up, and nobody's gonna scold you for that.